So, I don't know how to really start this video off, other than, simply put, CrewChief is broken with another card that should be working. Tried to do a lot of troubleshooting with the recent CrewChief builds that I have on my build guide, which I will go over eventually. It seems like CrewChief is broken. And not the abusive, broken way that you can glitch it. I'm not going to get into the full details of that. A lot of the higher level folks know how to really abuse it, but nonetheless, there's an actual function of CrewChief not working. And unfortunately so, I spent, I don't know, 3 hours last stream trying to figure it out. And all I can say is it was very frustrating to figure out because I tried getting rid of the mods, I tried getting rid of custom maps, I tried doing a integrity file check on Steam, all of that stuff. It did not fix it. So I had to do what I normally had to do, is go back to, change logs, history, stuff like that, even my own videos that I've uploaded on YouTube from the stream. And it turns out to be a common denominator of an actual skill. I'm not sure how Overkill does the programming for this perk deck, but boy oh boy, it is starting to drive me crazy. So, what the hell am I talking about? So, CrewChief, one of my main go-to perk decks to not only help the team, but to actually, perform well with it because it gives good armor, gives good health, stamina is really nice too for maps such as Heat Street or whatever. And of course, the best part, damage reduction. And I do a lot of math when it comes to CrewChief, and I test it thoroughly. Yesterday, I was unable to test it because some user in the chat, I will not disclose the name unless said while I'm streaming this, was discussing how lightweight ballistics vest and 55 armor when it comes to light hits or from lighter specials such as shields or cloakers, etc. And frankly, I did the testing a long time back, right? And it worked flawlessly. Until yesterday. This morning, discovering the breakthrough, it seems to be related to a skill. So, like I said, you get damage reduction, it doubles if you're half health. This is the thing in target, we'll get to that in a sec. Get more health, get more armor, and even more damage reduction and health for hostages or your own jokers. So, Marathon Man, let's rate it carefully. You and your crew's stamina increase by 50%. Like I said, it's good for Heat Street and other crazy bag moving whatever. Increases your shout distance by 25%. That shit's so nice. Believe me, I love dominating cops when I desperately need a joker, which is crucial for this build. Last is the problem. When you are within medium range of an enemy, you receive 6% less damage from enemies. Crew perks do not stack. This part is bugged. Not the stamina, not the shout, but the 6% less damage. And the way damage reduction works is based on delimiting returns. You cannot simply add 8 plus 8 and expect 16. It'll probably be like 15% or so. Wolf HUD, Vanilla HUD Plus, display that perfectly fine. Never had an issue with it. And don't get confused with Maniac, damage absorption. That's a whole nother topic. I'm not even going to get started. So, you would expect by equipping this perk deck that it should work, right? So, recap, like I said, it used to work for me. And I was really sad why it wasn't working anymore. And like I said, I was frustrated. So, I pulled up a ton of videos, and I'm going to have to go over my builds because there's a lot of things that may need to be changed. And I made a video on this, and I probably might remake the video. So anyways, the most recent video I did, Goat Simulator DSOD. So, what I feel that the issue is relates to a skill called Underdog. A 1-point skill. And when you're min-maxing builds in Death Sentence 1 Down or any Death Sentence stuff, you need to optimize what you need to do for the heist to either tank, kite, or deal good DPS to do your work. So, here's Goat Simulator. I did another one with Scarface sniping. Underdogs not used. So, what about some of my earlier videos? Breakfast and Tijuana solo. I have Underdog, just 1 point, right? Hell's Island, same thing, because I was using a shotgun-based build. Makes sense, because you need Underdog to get overkill for shotguns, blah, blah, blah. So, here's the thing when it is working. So, I'm going to go to an example here. You can see at the beginning of the video it says 15%, because I have a Joker and a hostage to enable hostage taker. Play the clip, and you can see here that as soon as I come around the corner, I'm getting targeted by something through a wall. And I now have, it's hard to see with YouTube, bear with me, there's a little bit of a timer saying, hey, Marathon Man is targeting you, there's some damage reduction. Interesting how that works. So who's targeting me, in case you're curious? Well, it's a guy through the wall window, and of course, this is where I died. Taser's obviously targeting me, and look, it's still minus 22% damage reduction. Cool. That's fine. All right, next clip that's actually working. I'm going to go over to this Hell's Island video, and I'm going to get to the very beginning. And I'm gonna have to play this super slow because it's really fast on how this example is played. So, you see minus 8% because that's your base. There's no Joker for you, no civvy that's tied down or dominated cop, that sort of thing, right? And this is back when I'm still using Wolf HUD, for God's sakes. Like, this stuff used to work. So I come up, we open up the usual event, right? And as you can see, I got minus 15% because something's being targeted. Something's targeting me, right? Not because we have a Joker right away. However, the way to dominate a cop is you simply deal a little bit of damage, and there's a 90% chance, based on the long guide, and folks told me, that you can dominate the cop and take him as hostage, right? So I'm going to press play again, and you can see really fast my team dominates a cop, or at least I think it was this one over here. I'm not too sure, or it could be this one. He's still not dead yet, whatever. And you can see it's now 22, and the dominated icon is up here, telling me that we have a hostage, we have Marathon Man working, and base crew chief. Everything's working accordingly, right? So, what's wrong with my solo videos, and what's the difference? Well, like I said, spoilers, I think it's related to something with Underdog. And like I said, I removed all mods, all custom maps, checked my game files on Steam. None of that resolved it. And I've asked somebody else to do the same, and they replicated the same results. So, if I can go to any spot in the clip, let me see here. I'm just checking the previews. I see some damage indicators there. Perfect. So, we're going to play the clip here. Let's go find an enemy. Oh, I see an enemy there. Okay. Oh. Okay. I just got hit by something there. And why is this quality garbage? Let me fix that real quick. Okay. It says minus 15. There are clearly enemies there that should be targeting me. Yes, I have 2 dominated cops on my side, as you can see on the HUD status. And no, this is not, oh, Kev, it's just a glitch with Vanilla HUD Plus or your Wolf HUD. Get over it. No. I tested with intake damage yesterday and this morning that these values are still true. Like I said, Maniac's a different topic to worry about. I don't give a shit. However, there's a problem with CrewChief, and this is it. And as you can see, I'm still being hit, still being targeted, and there's no Marathon Man being run. I'm running CrewChief, obviously, because I have the damage reduction. But where is that extra little bit to get me minus 22 damage reduction? Where is it, Overkill? I don't know. Okay, Kevin, maybe it was just a heist. I don't know. Okay, let's go to Goat Simulator. Like I said, I don't have this fancy skill. But let's go find a spot where I was being targeted or something. I don't know. And yes, it was definitely within medium range where I was getting targeted. I see some hit markers here. Let's see. Looks like it bumped it up to 1080p or whatever. Okay. So we're going to play the clip here. We're going to play the clip. I'm looking for enemies. Getting near the end of this. Is anything going to spawn? So I got hit by something. I'm not sure what it was. Looks like that guy there. I'm looking for... Maybe I'm going to have to check a different spot. I don't know if this is going to be a good example. Maybe back here. That's where I'm throwing goats. As you can tell, I was not 100% prepared for this. And maybe this isn't fade. Just need something. Maybe here after I drill the doors? Okay. So he's clearly targeting me. He's about to shoot me. I was shooting this guy. These guys are rushing in. Because now that I opened the door, sorry I jumped the clip too much. I know I'm a terrible streamer. He flicked at me. He obviously looked at me. And look, Marathon Man is still not working. Why isn't it working? Like I said, I think it's something to do with a skill point. So, recap. CrewChief is broken because this little piece of the puzzle is not properly working. It's a card. You shouldn't need to spend anything to make the card work. You've already unlocked the whole suite with your perk points available to get the 9/9 whatever perk deck you want to play with, right? So why isn't that working? It drove me crazy, like I said. So we're going to do some examples. I'm going to do a 100% clean 120 points build. Then I'm going to spend 1 point. And we'll see the difference. So, let's get to it. Let's go to enemy spawner 2. I will be doing this on normal difficulty so I don't blow my brains out because I don't have uppers, that kind of shit. Or actually, I'll just do overkill. I'll do, well, no, I can't. Death sentence. We go for the best, chat. We go for the best. Now. So, hopefully my game don't crash. I'm just going to let everything load nice and slowly. So we got a 100% base CrewChief. My usual setups. Okay. Minus 8%, still working as it should. So I'm going to go grab a cop right now. So I'm just going to do a light hitter. Going to grab this guy, and as you can see at minus 15. It works. Because Hostage Taker is in effect, right? What about somebody else that's targeting me? Oh, he does way too much damage. So why does it say minus 23, Kev? Well, because like I said, the very first skill is half HP. So let's go heal ourselves up. Because apparently that was too much. But as you saw, there was no Marathon Man when he targeted me. And this distance is adequate in order for the card to work. So, let's get a lighter hitter. Oh, he actually hurts. But nonetheless, where is my damage reduction? Where is it? I've been playing this game for 7 months straight, streaming this stuff. I should probably have a good idea what I'm doing. And of course, I played it a year and a half ago, blah, blah, blah. So, where is my Marathon Man? Where is it? Well, that's a shotgun cop. I don't think I want to play with him. And it's like different enemies, too. Okay, he was trying to save his buddy, but we don't care. Where's my Marathon Man? I'm not getting the damage reduction. Where is it? He's clearly frickin' targeting me. Okay, that's enough. That's enough, Kev. We've seen enough, right? So, clearly, something isn't working. What if I spend 1 point for Underdog? Now, let me rephrase what Underdog does. When 3 or more enemies are within 18 meters range, so double Inspire, that are targeting you, you receive a 15 damage bonus. A damage bonus, not damage reduction, because if you look at the Ace version, when 3 or more enemies targeting you, same thing, you receive a 10% damage reduction. So, but we're going to only spend 1 point. 1 point out of the 120 that we have. Same everything. Here we go. Here's our 1 point in Enforcer. Let's repeat the process and make sure we do this 1-to-1, right? So I'm going to grab this guy. See anything different? But let's do it again. Oh, I killed my hostage by accident. This thing is totally inaccurate. Let's make sure we get a hostage back. We gotta ensure our jokers. Like I said, that's very crucial for CrewChief. But you can definitely see something different. Oh, overkill, overkill, overkill. What's that? Minus 22%. But I only touched one thing that is completely separate from the perk deck itself. Let me heal up again because I don't want to die. Overkill. What's happening? So why does one skill point by the name of Underdog that gives you damage bonus allow the CrewChief perk deck to work properly? And yes, these breakpoints freaking matter for a lightweight ballistics vest, which I will show later because it will take a bit of time for me to set it up. Seems to be working. I think we have enough evidence. So I will skip over to the shield part because I will tell you, it does matter for when it comes to breakpoints. So phase one, we need a joker. So we're gonna hit this button. FBI1. And I'm not gonna convert him because I want the shield to be targeting me. So this is non-underdog setup. So I'm gonna place a first aid kit just in case I blow up. So the reason why I picked the shield because shields are annoying and sometimes their DPS goes crazy. However, when I get to the final verdict of this as well, you'll see there's a big difference for when it works and when it doesn't work. So, let's get to it. Shield, target me. 1, 2 hits. As you can see, second one was activated, I lost HP. 2 hits. One blew up my armor completely, next one blew up my HP. I still have a dominated cop for hostage taker, both hostage takers to take effect. Let's do that again. 2 hits, something's wrong. Where is that marathon man? One more time. And as you can see, something isn't right. Now, since we have Underdog unfortunately activated because I desperately need that skill point for the drills because the drill is much better than Underdog. He hit me 3 times. But the second hit triggered second wind. 2 hits every time. Wow. Let's wait for the marathon man to completely dissipate so I don't botch the results. Blah, blah, blah. We're back. Dominate caught. Every time. But Kev, this is just a shield. Why not bigger enemy units? Well, here's the thing. So, I think I could just do it here. This will be fine. I'm going to quickly alt-tab, and we're going to bring up our friend, Mr. Calculator, right? And as you can see here, Mr. Calculator says, we have ourselves some simple math, right? So, I already did this in advance, so don't worry. So, think about your HP when it comes to heavy Zeal units that do 225 damage, right? So, if you take the number 225 damage and times it by 85, so 85% of his entire damage, so if you do quick math, 100 minus 15 is 85, so 85% of his damage turns out to be 191.25. That's how much damage you're going to take in case of a Zeal hits you. So, what's the difference, Kev? Well, if you have Underdog activated in order for Marathon Man to work, as you can see, the results for 225 damage from 0.78, which is 100 minus 22, it turns out to be 175.5 damage. That's pretty close to 20 health points, and you know what? Those 20 health points could matter. Could matter in the long run. So this is why I'm very, very upset about why you need one skill point for this thing to work. A lot of my builds and videos that have ran basically without Underdog have not been working. A lot of my solos, a lot of my builds, because drill skills are ultimately more superior, as a lot of heists require drill skills. But I think I might need to change this in order to make sure CrewChief stays relatively good for yourself, because you don't have any like 2-second invulnerability from Anarchist or Armor, you don't have a Flask or an Injector, you barely have any dodge as it is. Or from, you know, Hacker or Sicario Rogue, whatever. So the numbers do actually come into play and do matter. And think about even harder hitting enemies like snipers or even shotgun cops, stuff like that. It makes a big difference. Alright, put that calculator away. So, I don't have much for a summary, other than the fact that Marathon Man 3.9 for CrewChief is broken without Underdog. And I don't know if Overkill is going to fix this, but I'm putting this out here because I have a ton of videos and a ton of guides, mostly CrewChief, that don't have Underdog for my Commando, Crit Sniper, or Sniper setup. It makes sense for shotguns because you need it for Overkill. My tankier setup does have it as well, because I had an extra skill point, why not? But like I said, my solo here, didn't have it. My solo here did have it, and a public base build did have it. And the damage difference makes a big amount. So, conclusion, like I say, builds are like waifus, you can change and do how you must, but it's just unfortunate that there's a big difference. A huge difference, because shields like to hit hard and fast, and as you can see here, they click super fast if they have you targeted. This may not matter if you have, say, a heavy ballistics vest instead, because you have, in this case, 77 armor. But like I said, what if your armor's broken and you're being targeted by a Zeal? The health could make up the difference in eating a FAC and not eating a FAC. First aid kit. It's not the F word. It's okay, YouTube. It's okay. Don't worry about it. First aid kit. Yes. It's okay. It's good. I know I swear a lot, but FAC it. Yeah. So anyways. Enough of this verblaw. Just going to do a quick summary here. As much as I've already summarized and proved the point, XYZ. Without Underdog, Marathon Man will not work. Overkill, if you're watching, please fix. Because this is dumb. This is one of the dumbest things. And what if this skill affects other perk decks, or even how enemies target you in normal matches? I will be trying and testing this without drill skills. I might have to place a FAC underneath the drill every time now, but you know what? This is Payday 2. We're bound to find glitches and bugs. And that's that.